Hello, everyone. Hi, and welcome to our weekly live inspiration show. And today I had the privilege to talk with Ruth, who is gonna share with us some tips on how to declutter your life and how it can benefit your business, your relationship, your overall. So, thank you, Ruth, so much for finding the time to come live with me today and to share this knowledge with all our people who is watching us live or on replay. So welcome. Ruth, would you like to introduce a little bit yourself and how come you're helping people to declutter their life?
Yes, I'm from Norway and I started the decluttering a couple of years ago for real, not just putting things in boxes and putting things nicely on shelves. But it happened, it started actually probably 8 years ago. I got really sick, so I did not have the energy or the health to remove things from my home, but I actually got things inside my home. We don't stop buying things, but it was hard to get things out because I didn't need to do it because I had a big room in my basement where I just put it, and there it was. Out of sight, out of mind, I thought, but that was not true. When I got better and better, and I watched all the things, I was not pleased. I was overwhelmed, and it felt like I was suffocating with all this stuff. You don't need it. And when I was sick, I didn't have the energy to get it out, but now I got. And I started doing some sort of decluttering, but it was not enough for me. I was also into personal development, so I knew I wanted to do something with my life. And with all this stuff around me, I was not able to do it because it was also decluttering my mind. When you have too much things, you don't have time to do the things that matters. So I wanted to do it really in an efficient way. So I created this group on Facebook, 31 Declutter Challenge, and I promised myself now I'm going to, not live, but I wanted to pick out one thing the first day, two things the second day, three things the third day, you know the drill. And in that way, I was also making videos. Then I was also getting better and better to talk English because that's not my native language. And I wanted also to learn how to make videos and edit them and make it better and better. So I started in October 2020. I think it was that. Yeah.
Hmm.
21.
Oh,
I don't
oh,
remember. The time goes so fast when you have fun. So I started
wonderful.
with videos every day, and it was a lot of work, but I kept to it. And when you have this group for accountability partner, it's so much easier to just do the job.
How wonderful. You mentioned there, like having a period of overwhelm and fatigueness, and decluttering really helped you. Can you go a little bit deeper into how can decluttering? Because we have so many things around. I completely feel you. It's things, it's thoughts, it's even our laptop can become so much full with stuff and needs a bit of decluttering every quarter or a period of time. So tell us, please. How it helped you in your life, what benefits it brought to declutter your life.
To just do the daily tasks in the morning when you are making breakfast, it makes it so much easier when you don't have to push everything away just to make a dinner or a breakfast. And it's also calming to our minds when we have flat surfaces that's not piling up with things. And in that way, it was easier for me to go on with my day, and I felt proud of myself when I got it nice. You see, that helps a lot too on your confidence. And it was just getting out inside of my bedroom when I'm going to sleep. It's nicer too to see that's not so much clothes hanging around, and the bed is made so it's nicer, and it's you get a better sleep, and it's it helps a lot to have a nicer. It's nicer to see something you really like instead of seeing all the things you don't like.
And I
Yes. And I didn't like them, and I didn't think about getting rid of them before I was aware of it, and that it was dragging me down instead of lifting me up. I like things. I'm not a minimalist. So I don't do it because I want to have nothing, but I just want to have the things I care about and the things I need, of course. I think so.
This is so interesting what you mentioned there. Sometimes decluttering it makes your life easier, and it's like a easy flow when you let go of the things which you
Yes.
probably most probably you don't use, and you keep them maybe for one day, or even like and adds up so that it feels a bit of full. It feels like and you know the rule of how to track things is to declutter, to let go of the things, and in order to make space for new things to come, or events or whatever to come in your life. So this is a good way, just came to my mind, to share with those who are watching us live or on replay. Please hashtag live or replay if you are watching us on the replay, because we would like to connect and know who is watching us live. And I think it's really important, Ruth, as you mentioned, that to have um, that easy feeling when you let go of things, when things which do not serve you, even thoughts. And as I mentioned, laptops sometimes can become really heavy, so decluttering from apps which you do not need is really beneficial.
But you should not start decluttering your laptop because you always want to start with the things that is visible, and especially big things and on flat surfaces, because that's you get a relaxed mind when you see things that is not standing on your countertops if you don't use them very often. So don't start with a desktop, please, and not in your drawers either, because you don't see it. So start with the things that you actually see.
So that would be one advice to our audience, like start with the things which you see in front of you and let go of those things, throw them away, or even I mean like not throwing them but donating to, or giving them away to people who are really in need of those, because there are lots of things, as you mentioned, Ruth, in kitchen which like you just bought but you are not using. Once in 3 months maybe you are using, so all these things can be given away to those who need more and who use it more often. So what other advices would you have, Ruth, for our audience, where they can start to declutter their life?
It's better to start with the big things, as you know, and after a while, when you get used to it, you can take your time. I have actually started doing that sometimes. You set a timer for 5 minutes, and then you just pick out the things you see and declutter it. And it takes, I actually got the 21 items on day 21 in this 31-day declutter challenge and in 5 minutes. So that was amazing. That's one way of doing it. And if you're a chronicle overthinker, which many of us are, I am too, of course. If not, I will just get rid of things easily. So if you are overthinking things, you can check out if you really, and if you're not sure about letting go of it, you can put it in a maybe box. I call it that. You can have a box in a room where you put the things you're not sure if you want to get rid of or donate or throw away, so you can pick it up if you need it later. That's And also, if you have second thoughts about do I really need it or do I want it? If it's under $20 and you can easily get it back by a new one in around your area in 20 minutes, just get rid of it if you don't need it. That's a rule of thumb too, because then it's no big deal if you lose it. Probably you won't ever want to buy it again either. So.
So, Ruth, thank you so much for sharing these tips. Would you elaborate more on after doing decluttering? How has your life changed? What have you experienced?
calmer life. I don't need to move things around. It's so beautiful because before I needed to move things around to get a place to work at my desk at my office, and also on the countertops when I made dinner. And it's easier for me when I am doing some other things, because it's all, everything needs to have a place. If it doesn't have a place, you should either find a place for it or get rid of it. So
Mm.
when you have the place for everything, you know where things are. Actually, I'm not sure who is right about it, who said it, and some studies they say that when people are looking for things, they actually lose half of a year or maybe 1 year in your life just looking for misplaced items. So I know now I have probably lost half a year of my life just looking for things, and I don't want to do that anymore. So think about if somebody you have lost that have wanted to have this 1 year. It would be if you think about it like that, you don't want to lose that year yourself. And what if that person can have 1 more year instead of looking for things? That
Mm.
puts it in a big perspective, but it's true. I have
Wonderful.
been looking for things, a lot of things, and I'm getting mad, angry, and frustrated. When I'm looking for a thing, I don't do that anymore. I know where things are.
So another benefit of decluttering your life, guys, is to save some time, save some of your lifetime.
Mm,
So, Ruth, we've explored a couple of benefits. We've explored how a couple of tips how our audience can start decluttering their life.
mm.
How about mindset? You mentioned, like, how does it benefit decluttering your life, your mindset, or even energy at an energetical level?
It's like this: when you have the things you love, you always use the things you love. Let's say in clothes, even even Bob Proctor has made a video about letting go of clothes, because if you don't love them, or you need them, or you don't like them at all, it will stay there in your mind because you're always thinking about it, even if you don't see it. You are spending your time to move through those clothes just to find the clothes you need. And it's of no use to spend time with maybe that's one case of the lost time too, when you're moving things around just to find the one thing you need. So I think that when I have decluttered a lot of my clothes, I find my clothes much easier, and I now use the clothes I like the most instead of just putting on something. That's
Mm.
how I think too.
So it's a matter of getting away of frustration, angriness of looking these around things, and no, that's very interesting. And what you mentioned there, having clothes and even declutter your and have specific ones that really make you feel the best version of yourself, make you feel lovely, abundant, beautiful, gorgeous. I've learned this tool, and I've learned this lesson a long time ago when my coach used to say, like, I have a couple, let's say 5 things to wear which make me feel really really good in my skin, and rather than and good quality is one, like very good quality, rather than having cheaper stuff and which doesn't make you feel this way, and it's just a waste of your space. And completely agree. And sometimes we just put it in the wardrobe somewhere and it get forgotten.
Yeah.
It occupies space.
Mm, it is. And of course, when we are tidying, people think that tidying is decluttering, but that's not true. We need to let go of things before we tidy. That will make a big difference, because now it's time for spring cleaning. But first,
Mm.
you need to do the spring decluttering. Then it will be easier to make the cleaning too. I like
Mm.
that. Also, I want to tell people when they are starting decluttering to start with the things I already started with. But also, if you have a car, start decluttering your car, because when you are decluttering your car and take better care of it, you also take better care of your car in general when it looks better, and yourself too, of course. I take better care of myself when I feel better. So it's
Mm.
all connected.
It's all connected. It's like a circle. So if you declutter, you then take care of yourself, and then you feel more fulfilled, and then it goes into circle. If it's not, it doesn't happen this way. You feel frustrated, and then you feel full, and you feel like too much stuff. I don't have enough space. I usually find myself in my office with lots of stuff. So I clean, declutter, throw away, and after a period of time, it's a habit. I end up with lots of stuff around me, so I have to go again to declutter all the things and to throw away the papers and whatever I don't need. So it's really important to have this piece of mind, piece of soul, and feel that you have space, that there is enough space. So in order to feel that space, we need to declutter. And as I mentioned earlier, in order to manifest something in your life, you need to let go. You need to make that space
Mm.
in your life. I remember one of my other coaches. She mentioned how she manifested her love of her life, her partner. So basically, she decluttered half of her room for him. So she made space for his stuff in the bathroom as well. Half of the wardrobe where you put stuff for bath, like toothpaste and so on. She made half of it
Yes.
for his things,
Mm.
and as a result, in a couple of months, he really came in her life, and he was like, oh, so surprised to have so much stuff, so much space for his stuff. And it's really like it's really curious, and it makes me think like how really it helps to bring what you want in your life by decluttering and by letting go of things
Mm.
which do not serve you anymore, I would say. What are
And,
your thoughts?
and even if you are decluttering things in your kitchen, so easy like that, it seems so strange to talk about it. But if you have five, I don't know what it's called in English, things to stir in your pan or such things. If you have five of them and you need only two because you have two frying pans, then you can declutter three of them. And when you have only the two, you also wash those often and all the time instead of having it cluttered all over with five dirty ones. That's what
Mm.
I think. Yeah. And making space for people like she did, that's so important, because if not, it will not be a place for him. And also when I think about decluttering in my home, I also think about the feng shui, because that also makes the flow better. So that's one from feng shui, I think, so to make place for a new one. That's too. And also when I feel that I have some blockages of not be able to let go of things, I started using tapping, because that's one tool too. When you're tapping, you know where the place is. You let go of things easier when you do it the right way. So I've also started learning that. And if you are stuck, you can let go a lot of things with tapping too.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so
Oh,
much for mentioning these tools. So I'll go to feng shui back and then to tapping. So do you have like one tip for people who don't know what is feng shui? Because I'm familiar with feng shui, I know what it is. But for those who do not,
that's how you can make your home more in a flow. It's it's a Chinese, so you can check it up for those who want to. So it's when you are making a place for things, like she did with making place for her new boyfriend. That's same. But when you are putting things in the right area of your success area, or love and relationships areas and such things, and health area, when you fix things in these areas, it will flow much better. So I try to make that happen in my most lived areas, and especially in your office, if you are going to make it better for flow of money, That's something
Ooh.
from Feng Shui too. You need to declutter your area in your office where you are doing your business.
Wonderful. So yeah, because I think it's very important topic for those who want to bring abundance in their life. What can they do? One thing in their office or in their bedroom, as a result of feng shui, like reflecting feng shui concept. What they can do in order to bring more abundance in their life.
It depends on what's their number, energy number. So I can't tell. I know what I am and don't know you, but it's possible to check it out for yourself. But to have your financial areas where you are doing your financial financial things,
Yeah.
that's need to be decluttered. So
Declutter. So I remember once I've heard, not sure whether how familiar are you with Feng Shui, but there is a corner in the room where is specifically for finance, for abundance. Not sure which one, but as a result of, yeah, when you find out that corner, you can put more of abundant things in that corner so
yes,
that it brings more abundance, like maybe vision board, I would say, to put it there. So what are your thoughts on that?
that depends on the person too when you are born. So I can't say what some general things because that depends on the people who are checking out for themselves because it's different places for everybody.
Mm.
But tapping
Wonderful.
is for all people. That's easy. That's so easy. Everybody can do it, and you can't do it wrong.
And yeah, let's go to topping. Elaborate more on that. How can our audience explore more topping? Where they can go and find out more about that, so that they bring more declutter their life and with topping. How are these connected?
It's easy to find it on YouTube. It's a lot of videos on tapping. I have made two myself, not on YouTube, but it will be there soon when I post all of my videos there. But in my group, I will have two videos with tapping. I'm totally new about that, but I did it, and I want to make more of them because it helps for letting go of things. Because when we are letting go of sentimental items, we also feel guilt, and it's of no use to feel guilt because we are getting rid of things. So it's so important to let go of it, and it's easy. It's tapping on meridian points. That's from China too, and the meridians are all over our bodies like this, but we tap on the easiest things. It's not all over our body, of course. It's a sequence when you are doing it like this, and it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And people do it differently. If you find someone you like, you can follow them, or don't be frustrated if another person you see do it differently because it doesn't matter. And if you skip some place, it doesn't matter. I
Wow.
was terrible anxious about that in the beginning because I thought that, oh, I need to do it like this. If not, it won't work. But it works anyway. So put your intention on how the problem is up front, and then you do it like here, and then you're tapping on your points to make it the way you want it. And then you release the energy of the negative things.
So tapping, thank you so much, Ruth, for sharing all these tips. So tapping is a tool to release the energy when you are attached to some emotionally attached to some things, and you want to let go, and you want to declutter them from your life. So you do tapping, so it's easier for your body to let go. Wonderful. So,
Right?
well, so far the Ruth mentioned, like, it's I'm really curious into all of those. So far you've given so many great tips on how to start big, declutter with big things, and then go into even feng shui can help you, and tapping can help you to let go of the things, and it will make your life much more easier because you know where things are, and you do not waste time to
Yeah.
search for those things. Wonderful. So, Ruth, I
A lot,
think,
a lot of people think they don't have time to declutter, but if you think about losing one year of your life, you have time to declutter. I want to say that, yes.
Yeah, and from my experience with decluttering, I find it so much relieving when you let go of things, and when it makes space, even in your, like, you feel much lighter. It feels so much good in your body and like in your home. So it's a really good habit to have, at least on a quarter basis, to declutter. So Ruth, as an ending point, what would you like to say to our audience who have lots of stuff at home, don't know how to declutter, where to start, and what would be your one advice to them?
Yeah, all have too much. I know that in general, people they have to checked it out in America. They have 300,000 items in average. So we have too much, and it can be so overwhelming that you can't get even started. So start with 5 minutes a day, and start on the flat surfaces. That's the best, because then the visual will come to you, and then you will feel so much more proud of your progress. You see it so much better than checking a junk drawer. That you can do that later, but and also in the most uh, lived areas, like your bedroom, living room, and kitchen. Start with that, and if you feel stuck, try tapping. It helps if you do it, but you have to do it. It's of no use to just maybe do it once. You can do it as many times you need, and it takes just 4 or 5 minutes. And also to uh, stop telling yourself that you are a messy person, because that's not true.
Mhm.
It can be something have inherited from childhood, from your parents, and it's not meant for you. You can get out of it, I know. And
Mm.
it's to celebrate every win. If you have done one thing every day, clap your shoulder and say, "Yeah, I made it." And also to have somebody to keep you accountable. That's why I now I started with talking with one of the persons in the group. She wanted to be here on live. I don't know if she is here, but I hope so. I have chatted with her, helped her with decluttering papers. That's a very difficult area, so don't start with papers. That's for later.
Yeah.
But she wanted to do it, and by having me as accountability partner, it was easier for her to just get started, because that can be very hard. So people can join me in this group, and on Fridays too, probably in an hour after our session. So they can have this group for accountability partners, so they will have the guts to do it, and say if you want to do it, and say it to other people. It will probably happen instead of just waiting for another day. So I think
Yeah.
that's very important to have somebody feeling accountable to.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Ruth. Truly appreciate. And as Ruth mentioned, for those who are interested in where to start, how to declutter your life and what to do, just join a Ruth group. I think, Ruth, you'll share the link under this post, under this live. And I'm truly grateful for touching this important topic, because I believe, yeah, for success, to bring more success in your life, to bring more peace, fulfillment, contentment, you need to start decluttering your life, isn't it? So, Ruth, thank you so much for your time. Truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those watching us live or on replay, please hashtag value if you got lots of value out of this. Absolutely, I got lots of value. So, hope you too did too. So, I shall see you all next week with a different topic. Until then, have a lovely rest of the week. Bye
Thank
bye,
you.
everyone.